Out. Hello everyone, I'm Angie, and this is a how to guide on how to play Dandy's World. If you didn't know, and Dandy's World is a Roblox game that is a Roblox game. Dandy's World is a Roblox game that you can play as toons. The starters are Boxton and Poppy. Boxton's vintage form is black and white, which also applies to all the other toons and their vintage skins. Boxton default is a purple music box. This one. Now, Poppy's vintage is like everyone else's, black and white, and then she has skin as well. You can either choose between Boxton or Poppy, depending on which starter you choose. Though I recommend Boxton because of his passive ability, which is Wind Up. This toon gains 6% more extraction speed for every alive toon in the round, which maxes at 48%. Now, why I recommend Boxton is that he's a really good starter. He's a really good toon for starters. But if you want more escapist toons from Twisteds, then I recommend you use Poppy because of her passive Panic Pop. This toon receives a 50% speed boost for 3 seconds when attacked. Now, it's your choice whether you choose Boxton or Poppy. But again, it all leads to your own play style, of course. Now, there are things called Twisteds here. Twisteds. Now, if you read the information guide, Twisteds are corrupt and dangerous toons that lurk in the floors below Garden View. Each Twisted has different abilities they can use to try and kill you. If you're spotted by a Twisted, get out of line of sight. If you remain out of sight long enough, they will lose interest. You can pick up research capsules found on the floor to collect research to learn more about them and fill up their research meter, which is important for unlocking toons and other goodies. The further your progress, the more prevalent Twisteds will become, not to mention more dangerous. Travel safely in the forest below. Now, as you read, there are things called a Twisted research. Demonstrating Twisted Goob, in 50% you actually gain their description, and in 100% you gain their trinket. Now, obtaining research is a bit tedious, but it's fun. You either gain research by picking up capsules on the floor or getting seen by a Twisted. If you're using normal toons or any kind of toon except for Roger, you'll get 1% for research capsules and 5% whenever a Twisted sees you. Now, as for Roger's case, which is his detective ability, this toon gains twice the amount of research from capsules and encountering Twisteds. I recommend you buy Roger immediately. Since he's gonna be carrying the rest of your research meter by a lot. He doubles research, so that means when you pick up research capsules, you gain 2% instead of 1, and when encountering Twisteds, you get 10% instead of 5. Now, moving on, you might be able to see these little toons with rainbow backgrounds. Those are called main toons. Main toons are very rare, and really expensive. The most expensive toon in the game is Astro. He costs about 5,000 ichor. and and the and the cheapest is Pebble, costing about 3,000 plus, I think, or 2,000 plus iCore. Now, in this section, there are holiday tunes. This is the first ever holiday event I've ever done. Look at the shop, there are holiday tunes and holiday skins. So, if you might be wondering, what are skins? Well, obviously they're used to actually design the tunes like this, looking like this instead of this. That's right. They change the appearance of a tune, but they don't change. They don't give any percent stat buffs. They just accessories. Now, right over here, there's the UGC store. It's kind of obvious what it is. It's kind of support the creators. And this, if you walk over here, there's a board that says warning. This Twisted is more likely to appear today. This board updates daily. So today we'll be getting Ginger more frequently. Ginger is, well, I'm not gonna be yapping about it, of course. I'm not that kind of YouTuber, am I? Anyways, there are also twins. There are also these. There's also a Lethal Twisted, which is Lethal Dandy. He's the only Lethal Twisted to be known in the game, and acquiring 100% research gives you the trinket Dandy Plush. It grants the user a 50% discount on all Dandy shop items. That only includes the elevator, not elevator shop, not the actual stuff, not the actual shop where you can buy, tunes and trinkets. Speaking of trinkets, there's also another way where you can actually get trinkets, which is from Dandy Shop. You can buy trinkets for iCore and with certain requirements, and most of the skins are from Dandy Shop. Most of the tunes are also from Dandy Shop. Now, there are time-limited event tunes, like, for example, Cole. He only appears in Christmas, as well as Ginger, which is a healer, also appears in Christmas. Rudy also appears in Christmas. Those are event-limited tunes. I don't know if Quell is gonna make a rerun of them, but I've been hearing some things in the Discord server that this year's Christmas will be having a rerun of them. Now, if you look over here, there's also an input code. Now, codes are free iCore. Now, there is only one code that I know, which is, yep, iCore. That's the only code that I know. It unfortunately doesn't give you a lot of iCore, but it's still enough to keep you going. Now, here is my number one tip. Do not buy Shrimpo first. Sure, he is cheap, but he is cheap for a reason. It's because of his stats. His stats are the worst. So, avoid buying Shrimpo until you've, gotten all of them.